How you doing? This is Kirk from Quick Draw Mods. Instead of just sending you some pictures, I wanted to give you a video overview of your finished controller. The controller is completely done. Everything has been nicely bundled up inside. The only thing I have left to do is wipe the fingerprints off the chrome and pack it up and get it out to you. Built to your specifications, we have the solid gray thumbsticks with the solid gray D-pad. You wanted all red lights for your start, select, and guide with the ABXY lit up, but you wanted them lit up in their colors. You wanted black bumpers, black triggers, black matte background, easy grip. With all our Octofires, there is an action button, which always goes usually on the back or on the trim. It's out of the way and very easy to operate. I'll show you that in a moment. This is the on and off button for the lights of the controller, should you want to turn them off and conserve some battery. We gave you an official Xbox 360 bumper and removed the on and off switch from the top. That way you have better clicks and you can utilize the full black and it doesn't mismatch the black from the original. Just, it doesn't line, it just, the color is off. So I wanted to make it so that everything matched up properly. You had the red ring of light. There you go. And I have it synced up to our test PC. Like I said, the button on the left-hand side turns the lights on and off, should you wish to have them on or off. The action button for your Octofire is on the right side of the controller. There's your bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, back to off. And of course each bank has 2 sub-banks that you can program whatever you want on it. Your fast reload, your active reload for Gears of War, should you play that. You have the full 53 modes. There's nothing handicapped or crippled about this rapid fire chip. You have everything available to you. This is our top of the line. I think that this was the easiest solution for us to do for you because the chrome is very close to what you wanted. I think it's a nice dark chrome. Looks great. It works really well with the gray accents on the thumbsticks and the D-pad that you selected. I think all the black matches up very nicely for the back and for the bumpers and triggers. I currently have a rechargeable battery pack in there. It will come with a AA pack, so you can use AA's as well. But I wanted to use the rechargeable to show you that you get full brightness on your LEDs and on the LEDs for your buttons, whether you use a rechargeable battery pack or you're using AA batteries. Obviously, with AA batteries, you're going to get longer lasting. You'll get a longer lasting amount of play out of the controller with AA's. They last up to, I believe, 36 hours on a standard controller. With the rapid fire chip, it should last about 32, and with all the LEDs on, your battery should last about 20 to 25 hours. Again, that's why we have the on and off button for all your LEDs, in case you want to conserve battery life, or you're playing, during the day or in the sunlight or something like that, and you don't want to have the LEDs on at all times. So that's all set up for you. All the inside work is very neat and tidy. There's a total of 2, 4, 6, 7 wires only. There's 3 wires that support the LED lights for the buttons. You have your ground, you have your power, and then there's the actual activator light, because you don't want... If you notice, when I put the battery in, watch what happens when I snap the battery in. You'll notice that the controller lights up. The reason it lights up is because when you solder a ground or a power to any part of the controller, the batteries, while in the controller, will constantly power Unlike the Microsoft circuit board that's got an on-off button, the batteries still supply current to the rest of the controller board. So wherever we solder to, it would light those lights up. So there's 3 wires. The third wire is a standby wire. That is connected to the power button so that when you turn the controller on, the lights for the controller go on as well. That way you don't have to worry about the lights being on while your controller is off, or having to remove the battery pack so that you don't drain your batteries accidentally. So those are 3 wires. Obviously there's 2 wires that come off the chip so that you have your activator button. There's the activation portion of it, and of course you have to ground the switch. So there's 2 wires there. And the controller itself on the original bumper had 2 wires to its on and off switch that was on the bumper. But I find these bumpers, they're made very flimsily. The rest of the controller is nice and solid. I don't really like the way that these little buttons are made. They're very hard to push. You kind of got to use your nail to get in there to turn it on and off. So I figured, with all the custom work we were doing, we just disconnected the 2 wires from the bumper, and we actually removed them from, I'll show you what a circuit board looks like. This is what the light board looks like. This was the one that we experimented with from that broken controller that I told you about. I wanted to make sure that we were able to do it before we told you we could do it, and I was willing to sacrifice a board because it was already broken. So this was the one that we modified, and I showed you in all the initial photos. Of course, this is a brand new controller shell, brand new circuit board. Again, I changed the lights to red so everything lights up that you want it to. The ring of light is on the circuit board. That that goes along with the mod and everything else. So you're able to do that. But you'll notice that there's 2 wires that come off of the circuit board that attach to the bumper to turn it on and off. We just disconnected those 2 wires, and we actually, since we had the circuit board removed, we ran wires inside the controller shell and up, just kind of standing up in the back, and we soldered them direct to the circuit board. And then when we put the back cover on, we added the on and off switch on the back of the controller, and we soldered the 2 wires there. So those are your 7 wires total. Everything's been properly grounded, everything's been properly wrapped so that there's no exposed points, there should be no shorts, and of course when we put the whole thing together, we tuck all the wires away nice and neatly just before we secure all the screws. So everything, regardless of how much you shake it around or you accidentally drop it or whatever, you don't have to worry about anything getting jarred and shorting out your entire controller. You should be good to go for the lifetime of this controller. So again, that's what it looks like on the inside. I just wanted to give you a final video of what your controller would look like. I believe all our messages, pretty much we nailed down every aspect of this controller. I believe I've nailed every detail exactly the way you wanted it. If there's any changes you do need to make, please let me know. And thank you very much.